You make me nervous. Did that come out? I think the world of you. I was pretending to be someone else. Maybe that was it. Maybe and then they check on you from afar. Maybe they tried on a personality for a minute and it was just temporary and it betrayed your trust in them. Who freaking knows? You know, if it fits, it sits. Does not apply, let it fly. So let's see if there's any other information in here from these cards. I put those guys back in, so let's do a reshuffle. I do not know what I want. I wish I could fix things between us. And you are the person of my dreams. So they don't know what they want. They do know that they're not dealing well with what's gone on between you guys. And you are their person. Don't ever doubt that. I know we get stuck in like that mind loop of like, do they like me? Do they not? Well, if you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you. If you don't want to be thinking about them, then stop thinking about them and go quiet, like cut off your energy. I had to do that with people. It's like they energetically wanted to pull on me, but they didn't want to actually call me on the phone. And like, yeah, I don't operate that way. Like if you want to talk to me, you actually have to pick up the phone and call me. So, and I think a lot of that is where we need to be seeing right now in our life is that if the person that wants to be with you is confused and muddled and they don't know what they want, they do know that they want you, but they don't know what they want or they don't know how to fix it. Like, you can't do that work for them. Don't try. Don't exhaust yourself trying to fix what they have to fix, because that's typically like mommy drama. And we don't have time for that. Like, we are grown adults. It is time to go. So if you're thinking of someone and they aren't communicating their wants or needs, you have to stand up and say, you know what, I'm worth more than that. So yeah, let's see if there's any other messages in this one for us. And then I love how I was doing a read yesterday and I had a bunch of cards fall on the floor, and I had one in this deck that I hadn't seen before, and it fell kind of in an obscure place, and it came out as I love you. And I was like, okay, well, that's a good confirmation, but that person that loves me needs to actually be brave enough to pick up the phone and tell me that. So, and here's what it is. It's a lot of masking is truly what it is. It says, I act like I don't care when deep down I really do. I act like I don't care, but deep down I really do. The chemistry between us is off the charts, and your person is going through a spiritual awakening. So whatever happened within this situation, either you or them is waking up. They recognize that you really are their person, or that, you know, there's something there, there's chemistry, there's something. So they've got to figure their own thing out. When they say, I act like I don't care when deep down I do, you don't be a mind reader. Don't play games. Don't have to be like, oh, do you need this? Do you need that? No. They need to use their big person mouth and say, you know what, this is what I truly want. So allow others to do their work, sometimes separate from you. I had this happen where I was very upset because I had a person that I absolutely adored, but they needed to go learn lessons. And there were some lessons that I couldn't teach them. Like, other people had to teach them. So yeah, when we realize that we can't be with them, then we need to realize that they maybe need to go grow and go in their own direction. And just because it's no for right now doesn't mean that it's no forever. Okay. They're figuring it out. They're waking up. So the rose-colored glasses have come off, though, because this is a destined connection. So whoever you're connected, and they're working up the courage to contact you, let divine play out. This is a really hard lesson for me to listen to or hear or experience right now, because it's like, we can't do the work for other people, so we have to let them contact us. Like the card with me, like that I had gotten yesterday that said, I love you. I know I have people that love me, but if they can't be brave enough to step forward and tell me that, then I don't have time, because I can't hold a promise. So if someone's not brave enough to step forward for me to hug them, then I can't do that. But they are going through awakenings and they're working on it. So brave, patience, baby steps forward. Reminds me of what about Bob, where he's like, baby step onto the elevator. And that's the thing with life too, is we don't have to do it all in one sitting. We don't have to do it all in one day. We just have to make little steps forward, inch by inch, until we get there. And those steps can be so shaky, but we do it. So incrementally we get there. Just may take some time. And if they're not brave enough to step up and say I like you, then are they really brave enough to have a relationship with you? Asking for someone in the back. Just kidding. I know the answer. You are always on my mind. You are always on my mind. Right now you are getting the silent treatment, but the last card that came out here was, I will find my way back to you one day. All right? If you're feminine dealing with masculine, masculine sometimes can be a little slow on the learning. So if you're a feminine like me, like I went through my spiritual awakening a hot minute ago, and the boys are just now starting to truly awaken and realize what's going on. So us feminines, or you can be a masculine, and like that identifies as a feminine, we woke up a lot sooner than our masculine counterparts. We kind of had to, because we had to wake up and create the space for them to be able to come into when they wake up. So as the feminine, our job is to protect ourselves, love ourselves, create that safe space for us, for what we love, what we want, what we need. A lot of our journey has been learning to not accept less than our worth and to keep pushing forward. So if you're on that journey, it's a slow path. Your person's coming, I promise. They had to do some things. They had to tie some loose ends up. I often think of, if you're on a flame journey, the feminine, like if you've ever seen the movie WALL-E, because I love WALL-E, but if you've ever seen the movie WALL-E, I feel like that's a good explanation of how twin flame and or like those soul contracts work. Like you're destined to be together, and you will be, but in WALL-E, the feminine is the one that protects the plant. She protects the future. She nurtures that. She saves it. She protects it. And WALL-E he does the hard work on the planet to make everything run smoothly. So a lot of times the masculines are more 3D or earth-based, and they're focused on careers, financial wealth, pentacles, stability. And the feminines, we're more worried about like, what's the spiritual relationship aspect? What's the plant or the idea or the baby that we're protecting and nurturing? So like I say, a lot of us females, we're the ones that are protecting that higher knowledge in order for our masculine to do the work that they need to do in the physical, because masculines are all about that mover, pusher, dynamic energy. So they need to be doing something. They need to be doing something with their hands. They need to be moving. So us feminines, we've had to tap into that knowledge of protection. Like we have to protect ourselves. So you'll have seen a lot of us feminines drop back and just be like, you know what? No, that's cool. You guys can go run the streets. You can go make the contracts that you need to do. The betrayals, they need to learn through those betrayals. So like if you're in a counterpart person situation, they had to learn from that betrayal. And honestly, if that's an unhealed childhood trauma wound, you don't want that dragging into a divine union. So they had to learn, you had to learn. Your job right now is to rest, breathe, drink water, meditate, protect yourself. Like spiritually right now, we need to be resting, drinking water, breathing, meditating, and realizing which energies are ours and which ones aren't. This masculine may have been jealous and possessive, and they are filled with regret. You cannot cage a phoenix. You cannot control a phoenix. You cannot try to bend this to your will, or feminine. I said phoenix, but like trying to control or cage a phoenix will result in you having collateral damage. So it's like your masculine may have been possessive, controlling, jealous, and as a feminine, that's like a major ick for us. Yes, we want protective, but we don't want possessive and jealous. So a lot of us feminines, yes, we want to be noticed, we want attention to be paid to us, but not where it's intrusive. So let's see. Let's see if there's any more out of here. Should you wish to sow into my ministry, you can always donate at SirenSong Lover on Cash App, which is capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, and capital L for Lover. Should you wish to donate, I am a broke bitch. I always appreciate cash. Yeah. Always. Please forgive me, soulmate. I pulled away because I'm overwhelmed with all the things going on in my life. Toxicity. You are the first person to make me feel this way. And I feel like I can be my true self around you. So if you opened the eyes of someone around you, they pulled away because there's too much drama, too much conflict going on. And you don't want that anywhere near you. You don't want toxicity near you. Especially if you're trying to bring into creation, like if you're trying to birth your own business, if you're trying to birth a new life, if you actually want children, you don't want toxicity around you. So don't let it be a part of your daily environment. And I feel in some cases the masculines or counterparts did pull back because they realized it was toxic and there was too much going on in their life and it would damage you. So it's like almost the rejection is for protection. When someone pulls away from us and or like we don't understand, well, you don't know what's going on in their environment. I love to say that because people will be like, you didn't answer the phone when I called, or a lot of times I had people that didn't answer the phone when I called, and it was really heartbreaking. But then I realized that whatever they were dealing with on their side, and or if somebody was trying to contact me and whatever I was dealing with on my side, I didn't need to communicate with them because it was their protection. Like rejection is protection. So it's like you don't know what that other person's dealing with on the other line when you call. If they don't pick up, that's because they may unleash something on you that you don't want. So protect yourself, protect your energy. Move away from the things that rob you of your joy. I'll pull out some tarot cards. On the bottom of the deck is Devil. So heavy Capricorn energy. Devil is financial wealth, stability. And I mean, in America, well, yeah, no, especially in America, it's like money is put above all else. And it's like, okay, but how is that truly feeding your family? Are your addictions feeding your family? If you're a workaholic, but you aren't actually able to enjoy the time, that addiction is robbing you of your family, it's robbing you of your time, of your peace. Like, why are you putting something above people? So okay, maybe that's just me. Anyone else lose their mind when they think King of Cups? Because the King of Cups are out there being jealous, possessive, but playing it cool, like they don't know what's going on. And yeah, especially if you're dealing with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpios. Scorpios are liars, but it's like, it's such a weird